this thing that happens where now a show like The Simpsons seems inevitable. It's just become this cultural touchstone, and people say, well, of course. And what I'm trying to do is go back to a time when it was highly improbable.
In the world of television, no other show has blurred the line between comedy and prophecy quite like The Simpsons. Since its debut in 1989, the animated sitcom has been known for its absurd humor, biting social commentary, and exaggerated characters. Yet over the decades, one theme has kept resurfacing. The series seems to predict the future with an almost unsettling accuracy. From the election of Donald Trump to world scandals, bizarre scientific discoveries, and cultural milestones, The Simpsons has foreshadowed events that would only become reality years, sometimes decades, later. Were these predictions just coincidences? Or does the show's sharp satire reveal deeper truths about society's trajectory? Let's explore some of the most striking examples. A Trump presidency and the chilling 2026 prediction. Back in the year 2000, the episode Bart to the Future casually featured Donald Trump as president. At the time, the idea seemed ludicrous, played for laughs as part of an exaggerated vision of America's future. 16 years later, in 2016, it happened. Trump became the 45th president of the United States, and the old episode suddenly looked like foresight. Now fans are debating a new and more unnerving prediction: the year 2026. Recent episodes portray a world collapsing under economic turmoil, AI rebellion, and social disorder. While the writers insist these storylines are simply dark humor, many viewers can't shake the feeling that the show has once again tapped into unsettling truths. Horse meat in school lunches. In 1994, an episode titled Sweet Seymour Skinner's Bodice Song aired a throwaway gag. The lunch lady at Springfield Elementary was shown serving food from a barrel labeled assorted horse parts, now with more testicles. The moment was crude, absurd, and forgettable. But in 2013, Europe was rocked by a massive scandal. Tests revealed that beef products in the UK, France, and Ireland were contaminated or outright replaced with horse meat. Supermarket chains scrambled to pull products, consumers were outraged, and governments scrambled to respond. Suddenly, that old Simpsons joke didn't feel so funny anymore. Blinky the Three-Eyed Fish. Back in 1990, The Simpsons introduced Blinky, a bright orange three-eyed fish caught near the Springfield nuclear power plant. It was a cartoonish symbol of environmental damage. But in 2011, reality caught up. A fisherman in Argentina pulled a three-eyed fish from a reservoir near a nuclear facility in Cordoba. The resemblance to Blinky was uncanny. Other sightings of mutated fish followed in New York and Brooklyn. While scientists were cautious in their conclusions, the eerie similarity reminded everyone of the cartoon's warning about pollution and radiation. Autocorrect nightmares. Before smartphones even existed, The Simpsons was joking about autocorrect. In 1994's Lisa on Ice, the bully Kearney uses an Apple Newton to jot down "Beat Up Martin," but the device misreads it as "Eat Up Martha." The gag turned out to be prophetic. Years later, autocorrect errors became a universal frustration for smartphone users. Apple engineers even admitted that "Eat Up Martha" became an internal cautionary phrase while developing the iPhone's text input. What started as a joke about clumsy handwriting recognition became a reality for millions.
Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now.
Michelangelo's David and the censorship debate. In 1990s, Itchy and Scratchy and Marge, Springfield residents argue over whether Michelangelo's famous statue of David should be censored by adding pants. It was satire about art, censorship, and double standards. More than 25 years later, in 2016, the debate played out in real life. When a replica of the statue was displayed in St. Petersburg, Russia, locals petitioned for it to be covered. Though the statue remained unchanged, the controversy mirrored the exact argument the show had staged years before: curling gold at the Olympics. In 2010, The Simpsons aired an episode where Homer and Marge joined the U.S. Olympic curling team. Against the odds, they won gold by defeating Sweden. 8 years later, In 2018, the U.S. men's curling team shocked the world by winning its first ever Olympic gold against Sweden. The unlikely victory matched the show's fictional storyline almost perfectly, right down to the final opponent, FIFA corruption. In 2014, Homer Simpson became a referee in a World Cup-themed episode. The show satirized FIFA as deeply corrupt, even portraying an official being arrested. Just 1 year later, the FBI and IRS exposed FIFA's corruption, arresting officials in Zurich and charging them with bribery and racketeering. On top of that, the episode had predicted Germany's World Cup victory that same year. It wasn't exact in every detail, but the similarities were too striking to ignore. Greece's debt default. In 2012, a Simpsons episode included a background joke. Europe puts Greece on eBay. At the time, it seemed absurd, but by 2015, Greece defaulted on a major IMF payment, plunging the country into financial chaos and sparking talk of its exit from the Eurozone. The cartoon's joke suddenly looked like biting foresight, the Higgs boson equation. In 1998, an episode showed Homer scribbling nonsense equations on a chalkboard. Years later, scientists realized that one of the equations closely matched the formula for the Higgs boson particle, discovered in 2012 at CERN. While not an exact calculation, it was eerily close. One of the writers, who had a background in physics, likely played with real theories of the time, but the coincidence still stunned fans and scientists alike. Lady Gaga's flying entrance. In 2012, Lisa Goes Gaga showed the pop star flying through the air in a dramatic silver outfit. In 2017, at the Super Bowl halftime show, Lady Gaga did almost exactly that, descending from the stadium roof, dressed in glittering attire, in one of the most memorable live performances of the decade, the NSA and mass surveillance. In The Simpsons movie, 2007, a joke shows government agents secretly listening to everyone's conversations. 6 years later, Edward Snowden's leaks revealed that the NSA was indeed collecting massive amounts of private communications worldwide. What had seemed like a joke suddenly looked like reality. Submarine disaster. In a 2006 episode, Homer nearly dies when his one-person submarine becomes trapped underwater. In 2023, the Titan submersible imploded while exploring the Titanic wreck, killing all 5 passengers. The eerie similarity between the cartoon and reality made the old episode feel like a tragic foreshadowing. Grease theft. In 1998, Homer tries to get rich by stealing used fryer grease. The scheme ends in disaster, as always. By the 2000s, grease theft became a real criminal enterprise. With the rise of biofuels, used cooking oil suddenly had value. Thieves began siphoning it from restaurants, costing businesses millions every year. Virtual reality addiction. Episodes in 2000 and 2016 showed characters escaping into VR headsets, neglecting the real world. By the mid-2020s, VR addiction became a genuine concern. Tech giants pushed immersive platforms, from the metaverse to Apple's Vision Pro, and psychologists warned about the dangers of excessive virtual immersion. Robot uprising. In 1994's Itchy and Scratchy Land, theme park robots malfunction and attack guests, parodying Westworld. Fast forward to today, where AI and robotics have become powerful, unpredictable, and sometimes dangerous. In 2022, a chess-playing robot injured a child, reminding the public that automation comes with risks, food shortages, and vegetarianism. In Lisa the Vegetarian, 1995, Lisa gives up meat after bonding with a lamb. At the time, it was a personal storyline, but today, with climate change and food crises looming, it reads like a prescient warning. Scientists now emphasize plant-based diets as a solution for sustainability, just as Lisa advocated decades earlier. Coincidence or foresight? Looking back at these examples, the question remains: are the Simpsons writers geniuses with uncanny foresight? Or are these predictions the result of a numbers game? Thousands of jokes across hundreds of episodes, with some inevitably coming true. The truth may lie somewhere in between. The show's writers often drew from emerging technologies, cultural trends, and whispered rumors. By exaggerating them into satirical extremes, they sometimes landed startlingly close to reality. Still, the sheer number of accurate parallels is enough to make fans wonder. As the world moves toward 2026, the year some claim the show has ominously hinted at, the line between comedy and prophecy grows thinner. After all, if a cartoon can predict presidents, scandals, disasters, and revolutions in technology, what else might it have gotten right about our future? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Thanks for watching.